The KV-2 is a Soviet Tier 6 heavy tank. It is a heavy assault tank that was developed on the basis of the KV-1 in the January of 1940. A total of 334 vehicles was manufactured from 1940 through 1941. The KV-2 tanks were used in action in 1941, with most of the vehicles lost the same year. In World of Tanks, it is a dangerous opponent for everything that he faces with his 152mm howitzer, but let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys and welcome back to the World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. As you can see, today we'll be driving the KV-2 once again in Platoon with Mr. Urke, and we'll be playing once again on the Mines map. And yeah, we had already the KV-2 on the Mines map, but remember that was the encounter battle mode, and now we are playing on the standard battle mode, as you can see here. And we are in a, well, not so bad matchup here. We only have a couple of tier 7 tanks, but this is going to dictate how do we play our KV-2 on this map. So immediately, as you can see, I'm not going to take the aggressive position in the middle. I feel like that they have the T-29 and the Tiger 1. They should be able to control the middle quite easily. That T-29 has a great pala, as you all know, and it can control the middle pretty easily. They also have the Hummel tier 6 artillery, so I really don't want to go there and get shot by the artillery or by the T-29. But as you can see, I'm in a, well, different position. Now what you saw there is me getting spotted. If I'm spotted in this position, that means that the T-67 has moved forward. That's why I tried to blind shot him and find a shot on the T-67 and kill him. That would probably be a kill because that little tank really doesn't have the armor and cannot survive the shot from the KV-2. Now you can see that I'm advancing into a really nice position. From this position you can put sneaky shots, as you can see on these tanks that are trying to push up. A shot on the 301P. Well, I didn't penetrate, so I didn't do much damage there, but it was enough to force the VK to pull back. Now I'm talking about, yeah, I forgot to talk about the 9.15.1 replays and everything that happens, well, has happened in the previous couple of days. So I've acquired the 9.15.1.1, and now I can record the replays that you guys sent me, so expect that in a couple of days. I'll start with the replays once again. So this is something that I had in queue, and I really didn't want to separate these two replays. They both were really nice, and they demonstrated the different positions that you can play with your KV-2. So I really wanted to show this to everybody, and yeah, it was a pretty nice match in both cases. So if you haven't checked the previous video, you should do that after this one. And now you can see another great position. These bushes provide some cover. The Tiger 1 really doesn't see the KV-2 in this position. I aim here, and well, that was, well, it's added with something else, but I believe it was around 1000 shot by the KV-2 and another shot from the ISU 122 U.S.S.R from the back, and the Tiger 1 is no more tier 7 tank. Now Mr. Urke gets taken down by the artillery. That was, I was talking about the... That Panther is so much really, he is so tunnel visioning, he didn't really see the KV-2 from the side. And yeah, he got shot for 1000 and something. So GG Panther, you really have to be careful in these kind of positions. You saw the ISU shooting from the back, and now the Panther bounces the HE shot. This should have killed him. I probably hit the gun of the Panther, so I wasn't able to finish him off. And the artillery does good here. He got my back here and finished off the Panther. So I was talking about the Mr. Urke's position. Unfortunately, he got taken down by the artillery. That is something that you have to be careful about when you are playing with your KV-2 in that position. The artillery can pummel you. Well, you know that the artillery pummels you in the position on the middle, so you have to be really careful in any tank, not just the KV-2. Now you can see that the Hummel has switched his attack to my KV-2, and Well, that just slows me down a couple of seconds here. Fortunately, this shot didn't penetrate the Jack Panther, and I'm surely a gunner here. It is only a matter of time that the Jack Panther loads and finishes me off. But somehow he decides to not press advantage on the KV-2. He had easily 2 shots on me, and now I have some friendly tank destroyers that are going to rush him and kill him. AMX AC, and that's just enough distraction for me to go out and finish him off. Fortunately here he killed my engines, so yeah, I will not be moving that much from this position. You can see that the KV-2 really doesn't have the engine power to pull up through this bridge line, and yeah, let alone to go forward and try and push the advantage on the enemy team. Now, the situation on the map is not that bad. We control the hill, we have 2 tier 7 tank destroyers, and we have the artillery. We also have me in this position. But unfortunately, what the problem here is, they also have a lot of tank destroyers, and those tank destroyers are probably pretty sneaky there on the A4 position, and well, you have to root them out somehow, so that means that somebody has to go forward and try and spot them. This Jackson made a mistake in my opinion. He shouldn't really try and push the middle to fight off with the rest of the tanks on the enemy team, so he got into middle, he got shot by me, he got shot by the ISU, he got shot by the T-67 from the side. And well, when you know that the enemies have the hill, you really don't want to go for the positions in the middle and try and take the middle off. Now the positioning of the Sturm mill is pretty great here, and I can try and flank the Sturm mill. I can go left here. I was thinking about it, I remember when I was playing this game, but the problem is, as soon as I go down to face the Sturm mill, that Jagdpanzer 4 and the Hummel can shoot me, so yeah, I think I'm gonna stay here and try and fire some long range shots on the artillery and the tank destroyer that I left there. Now, this artillery was spotted, I had the shot, but the gun just doesn't listen to me, and it is going to happen a couple of times, so spoiler alert. Yep, another one, good aim there, but the gun really didn't have any chance of hitting. I don't know what happened there. The accuracy on the KV-2, as you know, is not that great, but I'm kinda used to get these shots in, and the accuracy that I get on this gun, when you aim it properly, when you aim it fully to the end, it really is enough to shoot and just hit targets that you are aiming for. Now, and you can see that the situation is changing so rapidly here now. The problem is with that Sturm mill, he is in a pretty nice position, and from that position he can control the left and the right side. You saw there that the tank destroyer, that's the French tier 7 tank destroyer, is trying to flank the Sturm mill, but the Emil just needed to turn around and he finished off the tier 7 tank destroyer, and that's a problem now. From this position I cannot do really much, and I need this T-67 to step up and go for the flanking shots, maybe to try and take the position A5, or just try and take the A line any way he can and spot on the Sturm mill and just distract him as I go out and try and shoot him. But as you can see, the T-67 doesn't have any... well, he doesn't want to go anywhere. He looks like he wants to stay in that position forever. And really, I cannot move from this position. If I try and go forward, the Jagdpanzer and the Hummel are just going to bomb rush me and kill me, and yeah, now the M44 is doing the brave thing. He is going to try and push up and find the shot on the enemy artillery, and once again the gun just trolls me. That should have been a pretty nice hit on the Hummel, finish off the Hummel, but no, that's not going to happen at this moment. And yeah, we are in a bad position. If the Sturm mill decides to... well, if they spot the T-67, the T-67 is done for. Once again the shot fully aimed on the Hummel, and yep, not really hitting the Hummel there. Now I can see him aiming for me. That's a bit of a problem because the KV-2 is a tall tank, but As long as I keep this hill in front of me, that Hummel shouldn't be able to shoot at me. And I'm moving constantly, I don't wanna get shot by accident. And now you can see that the Sturm has moved. He is trying to make a flanking maneuver, but the problem is he got spotted by the M44 that was in the middle of the map, and now I know where he is. And I'll try and find the shot, and there it is, the shot on the Sturm, finish him off. Pretty easy there to penetrate the Sturm. Really doesn't have any armor, and I, well, basically one-shot him. Now the T-67 gets some, well, how should I say it, not to be rude, he gets some courage and goes forward to kill the Jagdpanzer 6, but it looks like the Jagdpanzer 6 is playing pretty nicely here and finishes off the tier 6, sorry, the tier 5 American tank destroyer. I finally get the shot on the Hummel. Yep, after so many tries I finally got one. And now I have to play pretty carefully here because, as I was saying, that Jagdpanzer 4 is in a pretty nice position, the position that the Sturm held, and pretty easily to defend from there. So I'm trying to push on the Jagdpanzer here. Really have to be careful, I don't wanna go just YOLO down because my engine is dead, and I don't know if I could turn around and shot the Jagdpanzer 4. I'm just going to play this safely, pull my tank back. As soon as I spot him I will go and try and put a shot in the Jagdpanzer. Now you can see he is trying to position himself to shoot me. I can take one shot, if he high rolls he can kill me, but that's the risk that I have to take. I could have gone just slightly here to wait for the artillery to have the shot on him, but I wanted that 6 kill and the top gun. So the Jagdpanzer misses, and now I have the clean shot here. Finish him off, that's the 6 kill for me. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. As you can see, I had a pretty decent game here. I got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, Top Gun, and of course the Master Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet you can see that I scored 3700 damage, 6 kills and over 1700 experience. On the detailed report you can see that I fired 17 shots, of which 11 hit the target and 10 penetrated. Most of those shots that missed were the shots on the Hummel that was in the base, and with the standard account I was able to score 20,000 credits. Now if we take a look what we saw in this gameplay, we saw how you can play the KV-2 not on the standard position but you play with your heavies, but in a basically a little bit more defensive position from which you can control the left side and the middle if it's needed. From that position I was able to shoot on the tanks that were trying to climb the middle and claim the middle, and also I was able to stop the Panther and the Jagdpanther that were trying to flank from the left side. Near the end of the game that allowed me to push on the left side, really not get spotted by the tank destroyers that are camping in the base, and the position that I was taking had a pretty nice impact at the end of the game as I was able to finish off all of the defenders. As always guys, if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, you can leave a dislike and leave a comment what you think about the replay or the gameplay on the KV-2. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you should definitely go and check out the KV-2 replay on this map as well, but the encounter battle mode and how you should play it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.